stand together when it seems all hope is gone, when people's lives are shattered and they've lost the will to go on. We reach out to the helpless, and with each passing day, we help them to rebuild their lives. This is the Red Cross way. On to the future, committed and proud.
Mine is just very simple this morning. It's just to share with you what has happened since we launched an appeal earlier this year in January in relation to the drought. The support we've gotten so far, the action we've taken so far. We know already around May last year there was a prediction by the meteorological department telling us that there was going to be lower than the normal rainfall in most part of the country. The October, November, December rain were going to be depressed. We were going to have a drought situation. So for anyone who wanted to know at that time, we knew that we were going to have a drought for sure in many parts of this country. This has come to pass, this has been true, by simply providing seeds. When the weatherman told us in 209 to 10 long short rains October, November, that you're going to have El Nino, which is higher than normal rainfall, using that information to give seeds to farmers, farmers then go out of their way to farm. But even then, what we are saying is, what are we doing with our water harvesting and water management? Even with the current rains, if the water in all the districts were harvested, what happened in Narok last week with the flash floods, and we have been told in some areas we should expect more flash floods, that water disappears and we don't harvest that water to keep it for the next season, so that in between seasons there's enough water for these communities, and that's what we really are interested in.
I think the story and the message that Abbas has shared is fairly clear, and most of you have been involved in this initiative for a very long time. And it's something that personally as an individual, but also as Barclays, we're very excited and keen to work with Kenya Red Cross to try and see how we can help deal with some of the issues that many of our Kenyan colleagues face in different parts of the country. I think the issue of drought is one which we probably should be ashamed of in terms of not being able to deal with something that is so predictable. It recurs every year, probably about the same time, and yet the thinkers, the visionaries, and people who have to start thinking about planning for this nation have failed to actually capture and deal with such a significant concern. There are many examples worldwide where people have more difficult challenges but have been able to overcome that, and there's no reason why we can't learn from that. And I have seen examples of what that can do to actually change some of that through some partnerships that have started with Kenya Red Cross already.
I have to say that I'm really pleased that we have recognized the situation that we're facing in Kenya. I listened with keen interest, Abbas's passion exuding from this very platform that I'm standing on, and I said to myself, I really wish that everyone in Kenya had the same level of passion, the same level of resilience, the same level of diligence and tenacity, because like you rightly say, Abbas, year in, year out, you do come to us. You come to Coca-Cola, you come to Barclays, you come to Gina Dean, you come to Safaricom, Uchumi, Nation, and many of us in this place, which shall remain unnamed, but you do come to us on an annual basis to ask, what is this that we can do? And we do respond. And I'm pleased this morning that at last we are pursuing a more long-term and sustainable solution to this.
We all gather because either there are floods in Western Kenya, or there is drought in the country, or particularly in the northeastern part of Kenya and the northern part of Kenya, and we do the whole issue. And indeed, in a Nation Media Group, we even started a couple of years back something called Save a Life Fund. And you know what Save a Life Fund was about? It was about a bus. When a bus comes with his cup, draw from Save a Life Fund, give him, and then we move on. And by a bus I mean people who wanted to save lives. But the conversation we had with Abbas during that time is about how we can do things differently. It was about two things. It was about how Kenyans can participate in making a difference. That was the first thing. And it was about how that difference can be long-term. And I believe whatever conversations we're having today is probably around those two things. And therefore I'm excited about the fact that we are about to embark on a project which A, we involve Kenyans as much as possible, and B, that is long-term. Ladies and gentlemen, then I look forward to a day when we are going to eat oranges from the northeastern part of Kenya. I look forward to a day when we are going to get vegetables from the northern part of Kenya. I know that that day is possible.
This is a project where we're asking Kenyans to help us plan for the future. The Kenyans for Kenyans project that we did before was just a very short term. We were raising food, but here we are looking now at partnering together with the private sector. I think this project for me is a lot more than just raising money for food. This is a project where we are standing back as Kenyans and saying, it's a wake-up call actually, saying what are we doing? What are we doing as individuals? Can we really abdicate the responsibility of the future of this country to politicians? And I think the answer has to be no. I think the future of Kenyans is up to us. It's up to us corporations, it's up to you as individuals. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, as Mother Teresa said, if you can't feed 100, then just feed one. So I'm calling on all Kenyans to please come together and help us in this very, very exciting initiative.
What I would want to say is to say, first of all, before you move on, I want to say thank you very much to the individuals who come to shop. They just drop a bale of two kilos. It goes a long way. I want to assure them we have passed day 2, the Red Cross, and the Red Cross is known to be able to deliver that to where it's needed. Let's come to the next one. The next one is Ume-doo. Where Ume-doo? Because we've done it. Have you done it? You've done it in our country. I would want us to think about the drought. We're talking about drought, about our country. I would want us to be instrumental in our region. And some of us believe they are not bodies, they don't have the muscle to do it. We only need to put our hands together and we'll be able to do it. All I would want to appeal to everybody in this country, and I want to echo what Linus has said. I'm not going to say you haven't done it. I'll tell you I'm doing it. Can you join me with doing it?
Kenya Red Cross is clearly the ideal partner for this. Us corporates, for the last probably 4 or 5 years, we've all been talking to each other and saying, we must get together, we must do big projects. And we all say, yes, we must do that, and we always go away and we don't do anything together. So I think, Abbas, one of the things that this has done, you have brought the corporates together in a common cause. And I think the reason that we're all coming together, part of the reason, clearly we all want to do something for long term for Kenya. We want to alleviate this annual drought and flood, famine. Therefore, Safaricom Foundation, we're totally behind you, Abbas. We'll totally support you, as we will work with all the other corporates, and I know that some of these dreams will turn into reality. So certainly at Safaricom Foundation, we're totally behind you.